Soul Garden.
Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition from my webcam to yours. I'm Christopher Rayman Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. Well, the sun is in Libra. In fact, we're about halfway through the Libra transit. We'll move from step 13 to step 19 this week. We're focusing on human relations with the sun in Libra, our own relationship to ourselves. We're trying to negotiate peace, and we're stuck in a grand square. But we'll make some progress this week with that grand cross. Emotionally, it's pretty intense. It starts in Scorpio, then we have Love Fest on Tuesday with the moon in Sagittarius. Then it gets really serious again for 2 days in Capricorn. We got to make some serious decisions. Then we're thinking about the future or feeling about the future this weekend. The moon signs most affected are Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And the moon signs going to the dark side this week are Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. Now looking at orbits, man, how our own chakras are affected. The moon, of course, is going to affect mostly the throat chakra this week. That's bringing yellow light to the blue light. It also goes up into the third eye, and don't be surprised if you don't have some crazy dreams. The sun is orbiting our throat chakra as well. So literally, we're getting things all around the throat, all around protection, all around that kind of feeling of choking us up, right? And then Mars is causing heartache to some degree because it's orbiting the heart chakra. So if there's any kind of heart loss, it's a bit more painful than usual right now. Looking at the planets, that trine from Black Lilith up to Saturn means that as you take responsibility and draw emotional boundaries with yourself, you will immediately see old karma cut away thanks to Black Lilith. And Black Lilith moves to step 13 this week, which means we're seeing a whole new reality. Now with the Grand Cross or Grand Square, it will begin to shake loose just a little bit. The sun is out of Black Lilith's grasp, but now is in the grasp of Jupiter. And then at the end of the week, we're going to see the Grand Cross hit kind of a climax. And then, of course, the Grand Trine with Black Lilith, which is saying as you draw emotional boundaries with yourself, you cut away from negative karma, and you move on to your spiritual path, which is a good thing. Zooming in, there's a party going on in Scorpio. Mercury has now joined the Scorpio party. The moon crosses this party this week, and of course, Venus is at the top. So we are focusing on the small details of trust, being responsible on the mid details of trust, and dreaming about the high details of trust. And of course, I'll have all those details of trust when you get upstairs. But before we talk about you, let's grab the Ascension elevator, shall we? And head on upstairs for a bird's eye view of you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, Virgos and Virgo risings, the soul healers of the universe. So nice to see you once again. How are you? I know life has been really tough and it has been complicated, and I know you make it more complicated. I'm just saying. That's what I'm here to do, is to tell you the truth. We are in chapter 2 of the sun in Libra, and the soul healers are trying to raise their soul capital, trying to make more money, trying to manifest more, trying to create abundance, all those buzzwords that we have gotten very tired now. Well, this is the week where things will change, but you know, it's not just where things will change, it's quite profound. I mean, there comes a point where you do the work to enter into a new tax bracket. We're not talking about a raise, we're talking about going for a bracket. Now, you worked on Soul Capital right after Virgo 2.0. So you launched Virgo 2.0. That was in 2007 to 2009-ish. From 2009-ish to 2012-ish, you worked on self-esteem and Soul Capital. Now it's mind games. But we're going back, hey, I thought I built up my self-esteem. I thought I could manifest. Well, why? How come I'm not getting what I want? Good question. It has to do, ultimately, you're going to find, with your own boundaries, which are inflexible at a certain level, which is keeping you from raising your prices. So what we want to do is not just raise prices. We want to enter into a new bracket. And part of this is in your thinking as well, and part of it is in other places. We'll talk about it. So as we start this week, we move from value consciousness, which is what you worked on last week, soul capital, self-esteem, do I believe myself, do I have value, do I own it? Hopefully you did your serious joy toy exercise, because you're going to see why. Now we move into production, which is the ability to turn that self-esteem or turn something invisible into something visible through law of attraction, through the law of light casting, through all these spiritual laws, yes, but there's a process to owning your value and converting it into manifestation, and that's what you're working on this week. The sun will move through some sort of breakthrough when it comes to soul capital and money on one weekend, all the way to already taking action in a manifestation or business investment the following Sunday, the following weekend. Pretty intense, pretty quick. Now, Saturn in Scorpio, whereas a lot of this story is, this is your mind, Virgo and Virgo risings, and your mind games. And Mercury, the king of mind, has come here now, and so you're going to be thinking about thinking for a long time. Mercury retrogrades in Scorpio as well. Your thoughts and what you allow to process is probably 50% of your success potential. I am not kidding. And this is the week where you must love and trust and not allow your thoughts to go backwards in the old thinking process whatsoever. You must think positive, think forward, and do not fall in the old mind games. You must listen intuitively to the best solution, ask the guessing game of like, I wonder what is the best solution, versus trying to logically come to it, because your logic patterns are serving the old you. At the same time, this is a great time, says Venus, to be super creative on the high end and to be planting seeds of a new attitude. So the question is, what's your new attitude? That attitude's important because it allows you to edit the thoughts in the moment as relevant or irrelevant to the new Virgo consciousness. And then Jupiter in Cancer is a big part of the puzzle as well. This is the part of you being pushed out there to expand your reputation in the world, to social network, and to create your peeps. Now, Black Lilith says you are through cutting the old social life away at this point. You should be through with the old reputation, the old way of emotionally responding in the world. On the other front, though, Jupiter is pushing the envelope of how you can emotionally respond on the high end of what you want to manifest in society or what you want to manifest with friends or reputation or whatever. So I think what's important when it comes to your social life is do not go back to the old life and recognize that everything now is new. There's no right way to do something you've never done before until you try it. Now, looking at the week, the slow-moving planets, Jupiter says love and trust and be very clear on who you are in the world and who you aren't. And you want to act on that by Tuesday. With thoughts, do not retrograde back into the old thinking. Love and trust your attitude. Love and trust you're not crazy. With Uranus, which I haven't spoken about yet, this is actually retrograded and is working against the Sun. We went and peaked against that last week with Sun versus Uranus. This is the opposition of where you are flexible or not flexible with trust. I'm saying don't be flexible this week. Just hold steady, but you'll see why. And then when it comes to marriage and marriages, be compassionate to yourself first before you even consider someone else. So Sunday, we have quantum breakthrough. Uranus rules the day, and with the moon in Scorpio, your feelings are going to be, your mind and your attitude will be stirring and racing. Your thoughts will be racing. Sunday is a racing day. It will lead to profound conclusion if you're paying attention to what the point is. And the point is for you to think differently about how you value yourself or don't value yourself. Think differently. So thinking differently on Sunday, Monday about your self-esteem does lead to a change in thinking, I believe. Tuesday is Love Fest Day, the most loving day of the month. I tell everyone that I love them. I think you should too. It's like the Soul Garden Hallmark holiday of the month. And in your case, it should be with home and family. It's going to hit you home, family, foundation. You're going to feel romantic or sentimental or want to be with your mom or your dad or your grandpa or your grandma. And so this is that kind of sentimental feeling, but it will feel good and will kind of heal you on Tuesday. At the same time, Jupiter is pushing up another degree to 19 degrees, which means something might change in your social life or in your social world Tuesday on. Keep an eye open for it. Wednesday is cloudy, nesting, and resting. It's an intuitive day. You want to meditate. What you're meditating on is what you're going to commit to when it comes to manifesting. What will it be? What job? Where's the money? Where is the product? Where is the project? And it's time to decide by Thursday. The universe is saying decide. The moon is shifting into Capricorn through the day, so that makes you very pouty and your inner child oversensitive. And you're going to have to let go of what didn't work when it came to personal dreams. You can't assume that if it didn't work in the past that it won't work in the future. That is not the way reality works. That is not why we have Virgos to tell us what not to do, okay? Virgos are here to fix it after it's already been screwed up, all right? And you're here to screw up just like everyone else, which means you go after what your heart wants and you see like all of us. So on this day, on Thursday, your inner child is crying out. You don't want to be making the same mistakes in the world. You want to be open to your inner child. But the decision is really a decision of what are you worth? Are you worth it or are you not worth it? That's the question on Thursday. On Friday, move forward. If you're not worth it, duck out of the game. If you're worth it, move forward to the next square and just, hope that it's going to work out okay. The moon in Capricorn makes your inner child very excited on Friday. Great creative day, great meeting day if you're manifesting, great day to meet with the team, to manifest, and it's a great day to play. Go do some serious joy fun there, all right? On Saturday, it gets serious. Technically, you're going to suddenly be in a bit of a deer in headlights on Saturday. The moon in Aquarius makes your eyes wide open and makes you maybe stop for a second and go, am I doing the right thing? Really what's happening is the fears between two separate agendas. On the one hand, the agenda to make money. On the other hand, the agenda to put yourself out there in the world the way your heart wants. Those two reach a grand squaring point at 19 degrees. And honestly, they're separate agendas. And you may go, they can't be. No, your heart belongs with where you belong, money or not, right? And money is something you can do there or not there. So these are two separate initiatives that need to be managed separately for you to have sanity. And on Saturday, that sanity might be tested in the moment or with stomach trouble, just so you know. Just so you know. Now, taking a quick peek at next week, it really harbors around the light bulb goes off on Wednesday, and then the full moon kind of seals the deal Friday and Saturday. So Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 2 key points of the following week. All right, well, now we're going to drop down to Earth real quick. I have a couple announcements for you, and then I have another serious joy toy for you after this. At Solmar.me, we have prices and specials worth jumping for. Like the Guardian Agency, our digital network that'll watch over you through email 7 days a week, 7 times a day. Come join our free open house next week. Just navigate to Solmar.me. While you're there, fill out your date of birth and email address in our custom form, and you'll get 7 days free. No credit card required to sign up. Come on down. And while you're there, you might want to also check out the Orbits Report and Jupiter Gets Emotional. Now just $11.11 for limited time and for immediate download. At Solmar.me, mind, body, and soul improvement. Parachute not included. My Virgos and Virgo risings, and now for my serious joy toy, which I must say was a hit. Everyone was commenting, and I appreciate it. And just so you know, anytime you do comment, it's really appreciated because it only makes me do my job better. So this is our serious joy toy, which is something you can toy with in your mind and in your life through the week to get you to your spiritual goal. And I've designed these joy toys to get you there. And last week, the joy toy was, what if you got 25 cents for everything good you did? And I'm wondering if you filled up a jar and if you did what I asked. I bet you didn't. How many Virgos did not do it? All of them. I knew it. Well, you're going to regret that because, I really do design. I don't want you to feel bad, but here, you need to see this week's one. Here's why. Because now I want you to take that jar of quarters that you have that shows how valuable you are. I wouldn't try to find the total amount of the money, but you could find out. But take that jar of quarters, and every day I want you to invest that quarter back into someone, something in your life. And here's the thing, you don't have to give it away. You can reinvest the quarter in yourself. So through the day you have to give away, I don't know how many quarters. You got 1 week to give away those quarters. Don't give a quarter to someone that you don't want to make a millionaire. So if you're going to give a quarter to a friend, and I'm not saying I should say this. Maybe that's not the way to put it. Basically, don't give a quarter to anyone you don't want to share your money with forever. By giving them a quarter, you're saying they always have a piece of you. All right? So hand those quarters out carefully. And remember, you can invest them in yourself. You don't have to invest them in others. And see what you do with your serious joy quarters this week. All right, Virgos and Virgo risings, I love you. I'll see you in 7 days. Namaste, and live, love, be. seen all of that? Like you're like a booger thrower. Is what you are? You're one of those?
Mud pies.
Okay, fine. Mud pies, boogers. Pick your goo. But whatever it is, you're a goo thrower. You throw goo at people. I know it. And you know, I know those little goo throwers. They're always cute. You can see inside their heart is good as they're throwing a spit wad at you. But as the target of the goo throwers, I just have to say, it's not fun on the receiving end.
But we always clean you guys up afterwards. We never leave you high and dry.
Lick you clean.
That's true.
At least I
Strangely
do.
enough, the goo throwers do turn into people that get you high in high school. You're right. You're right. That is an interesting arc of character development in the United States anyway.